Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on tonight and giving up time in your busy week on a Tuesday night. We so super appreciate it. And before I go on any further, this slide is really important to us to do because in the world of isogenics, we need to make sure that that everybody understands that. Everybody is different. So things that we talk about tonight may be different for some people. No results are guaranteed, and we're not there watching you go to the fridge or whatever it is that you're putting in your body. But it's really important for us that you do know that, and also that we can't diagnose, cure, or get you 100% better. We can't talk about any medical things. It's really important for you to understand that. So we cover that off right at the beginning of this call, especially as we've got some people who've been on here for the very first time. I'm joined tonight with some awesome women. I'm joined by a lady who's actually not on the screen here, Kelly Prater. You're going to hear her story a little bit later on. And I'm also joined by the beautiful Rachel Brown and Belinda McGowan. And I'm Heather Rickard for anybody who doesn't know me tonight. And if I sound a little distracted, I'm still entering people in from the waiting room. So just every now and then I need to do that, but I can multitask. So who would agree? Put a 1 in the chat if you would agree that we are heading into the craziest and most stressful time of the year. Who's already feeling it? Who's already feeling that just stress building up, and the kids are wanting it to be absolutely perfect and they're all getting excited, and and you're trying to manage a million different things. So it really is a very stressful time. So it's a time that we absolutely need to look after ourselves. And that thing about put your own oxygen mask on. And I'm so passionate about making sure that what we do is that we head into 2026 like the strongest, fittest, healthiest version of ourselves. If you can, imagine yourself going into next year, and maybe there are some things that you learn tonight that really are going to make you stop and think about how can you go into next year being the strongest version of yourself by doing maybe a 14 or even a 30-day cleanse. Look, Belinda's going to talk later about it's only a few days off over Christmas. So have a think about that. Have a think about the version of yourself that you actually want to head into next year with. And what I'm so passionate about is body optimization, actually thinking about what is the body that we want to travel our journey in. How do we want to feel inside of ourselves? And I'm so passionate about helping people feel good in themselves, and that is that you're sleeping well, that you have got energy right through the day and even into the evening, that you you have a good mindset around your weight and how you feel in your body and how you look in your body. And these things are so important, and that your gut health is good. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So you can see one of the things that happens is that at this time of the year, people start thinking, you know what, I'm just going to leave it till 2026. I haven't been in the best health, so I think I'll just start this on January 1st. But you know what? Where are you going to be on January 1st? Are you going to be in holiday mode? Are you going to be busy with kids off school for those of you who've got young children? So to actually bring that forward and start it now is so much more powerful. So I really want you to think about starting now rather than later. We're not even in December yet. So now's the time to actually get your body strong, fit, and healthy and in the right position. And you know what? That's going to help you handle the stress of the month of December. So this picture up here, the one on the left, is me in 2011, and that was in January. And that was the point that I went, you know what, hang on a minute. I actually do not want to be the way I am. And coincidentally, my daughter actually just got engaged. So you'll see down there, you see the next photo is me at her wedding. And you know what? It's under 12 months later. So that was me doing a reset. And, you know, I made the decision in January. I'm recommending you make it earlier. And then I then became a crazy runner. So for those of you who don't know me, I went from dropping 13 kilos, getting in a body that I felt really comfortable in, to becoming a runner who I'm proud to say that at 65, I ran my first ultra marathon of 100 kilometers this year. So that's my story. Let's move right along. And let's start diving into, oh, I know what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to tell you about your gift bag. So everybody who's a guest on here tonight, it's really important that you make sure that you give the person who invited you on tonight, you give them your address and your contact details. I'm sure they've already got your contact details, but give them your address and your full name, because for coming on here tonight, for giving up this time, you're going to get one of these awesome goodie bags. Okay, so what are some lifestyle habits that we can adopt, and not adopt next year, but adopt right now? So the girls, I think, are going to jump in and share a couple of these with me, but I'm going to do my first one, which is water. I'm the absolute water Nazi. So at every Christmas function, I have water on the table. I'm topping people up. I make sure people have glasses. We even have bottles like this with people's names on. So everybody is hydrating, even if they're having a couple of drinks. And you might want to think about the alcohol side of things, maybe having a couple of glasses rather than a couple of bottles. What else would you like to cover, guys?
Hey, I absolutely love how some of these lifestyle habits, if you start implementing them now and even over the Christmas period and even Christmas Day and things like that, you're not going to be, sorry, can we just mute Heather?
I'm just trying. Hang on one tick. If you could all just mute yourselves and
was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 5. For the past,
Dee, if you can find your mute button, that would be great.
there's not a day that I don't think about it, because directing your life impacts your lifestyle.
Where is she?
It'll work. There's clinical trial.
Keep talking, Belle, while I find
Okay, I'll keep going. Okay, so with these habits every day, Rachel, can you unmute, because we've got a huge stat and I cannot believe this stat. How many people, well, maybe we should get people to guess what, you've got the result. What's the average weight gain over the Christmas period? I want to see people's answering the chat, because we've got lots of giveaways tonight. So how many kilos do you think, or people are going? Let's see. 5 kilos, 6, 2 to 3, 5. Rach, what's the average?
Listen to these stats. The average is actually 3 kilos, but if you
this is the scary part.
This is the really scary part. Every Christmas you put on 3 kilos, but you never lose it. So the 3 kilos that you put on last Christmas, you're still holding on to. The 3 kilos from Christmases 5 years ago, you're still holding on to. So that's why we wake up one day and we go, how come? Where did this weight come from? I've been eating normally, I've been doing everything right, and we forget about that 3 kilos that we put on every single Christmas that never goes away. So that's the average. Some put on a lot more than that, some a bit less, but it is a bit scary. And the other stat that I really like, or don't like, about Christmas is that you drink 70% more alcohol than at any other time of the year. So if you
That is crazy.
I know. So imagine if you just cut that in half, like just didn't go a whole hog, just did just a little bit less. You're going to save around 150 calories per glass of standard drink. So just a couple of those stats blew my mind when I looked into them.
And just by having some lifestyle habit changes, what I like to do is all of us, I know, Heather, Rachel, and myself, have at least a shake a day, even during the Christmas period. And that helps you hit your protein and keeps you full. Okay. So that's one way that you can really help balance out that time. If you've got a Christmas party, then have a normal day if you're following our nutrition program and then go and enjoy yourself that night. But a few things as well. Keep balancing your stress with our amazing products that we have, and we're going to talk about that. Really focus on your sleep and the smarter swaps with choices of alcohol, some food. Like I went out for lunch today and I had fish and chips. I said no chips and half a plate of salad, please. It's just making those smarter swaps where you're not missing out. And one thing that I'd love for you, which will probably stick in your head for this whole Christmas season, and I'm really sorry, you can curse my name, but watch out for the nibbles. They are so many calories, especially the nuts. Are you listening there, Neil, in the background? And the chips? Just be really mindful because you think you're not having a lot of calories, but you are. So I'd really focus on just being mindful of that. Okay,
Absolutely.
Heather.
And when you're making a platter, think about that. You know, we always swap up. We put celery, we put carrots, we put hummus, all those things on. So, yeah, be mindful, and all those tips will help you. So, handing over to the beautiful Rachel Brown now.
Okay, so this is me. This is my before and after. And some of you might be thinking, what are you talking about? You looked okay before. Well, I've always been fairly slim, but my big issue was with my gut health. And if you've ever had any issues with gut health, it impacts every other function that your body does. And that's where my problem was. And I used to get extreme bloating. I felt like I was 6 months pregnant and I could not work out what it was from. And that's when I did a Isogenics 30-day reset, and everything settled into place. Everything started working again, and I got my life back. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, but it is so, so true. Everything started working again. So I'm so thrilled that I got such great results, and now I just want to share it with everyone else, which is exactly what we're doing tonight. Now, what is a reset? And a lot of people ask me all the time, what do I do? Do I not eat? No, the problem is we've been conditioned for so many years to count calories and, do more exercise, eat less. It's actually not about that. We've come to the knowledge now in the last probably 10 years that it's to do with three pillars. Now, Isogenics has been doing this for the last 24 years. And in the last 10 years, everyone else is starting to catch up. However, no one does it as well as we do it. So the three pillars that we focus on is adaptogens for stress. Now, for those of you who have got children, who work full time, who drive a car, who live in a city, in fact, that's probably just about everyone, unless there's someone that's listening tonight that lives on a mountaintop somewhere with no people around. In fact, that's probably stressful because you get eaten by a tiger. But what I'm getting to, the point is, if you live in the 21st century, you've got a level of stress that you can't get rid of. And you get so used to the stress that you think it's normal. You think it's normal to feel stressed. You don't realize that it's actually not a normal state. There is some stress in your life, but not consistent, constant stress. So what that actually does is it increases your cortisol levels. Now, I call cortisol the fat storage hormone because if you are stressed, you cannot lose weight. It doesn't matter how many calories you're having, how much exercise you're doing, you're not going to be able to lose weight, particularly if you're over 30 or 40, that things just become really, really difficult. So adaptogens are really, really important, and I'll tell you a bit more about those in a moment, but that's the first pillar. The second pillar is protein pacing or flooding the body with nutrients. Now, I'm going to let Belle tell you a bit more about that, but it's safe to say that none of us are eating enough protein. So just keep that top of mind. That's really, really important. And one of the reasons why we all struggle so much with our hormones and everything else in our lives is focused around our nutrition. And the third pillar is deep cleansing, and Heather will tell you a bit more about that in more detail. But I'm so passionate about this because we are ingesting so many toxins. We don't realize when you step out of your house in the morning, there's pollution, you're getting toxins in your system from that. You're getting toxins from the food you eat, the chemicals, the pesticides, all of those things that are placed on the food. They go into our bodies, into our cells, and they actually sit in our fat cells. So until we shift those toxins, our fat won't budge. So those three pillars are the reason why the Isogenics reset works so much better than just about everything else out there. And it fills you up, it's delicious, and it's simple, and you just follow a step-by-step program. So this slide just shows you what's in the reset, but when you order a reset, we have a one-on-one coaching period with you where we tell you exactly what to do. One of the big things is drinking lots of water. And the reason we need lots of water is that's how you flush out your toxins. Now, just going back to adaptogens, so the reason adaptogens work so well on stress is they have amazing little herbs, little powerhouses that are designed to address your adrenal system and help your body deal with stress. So we can't get rid of stress in our life unless, as I said, you live on a mountaintop somewhere and have no tigers that are going to eat you. But we just can't live without it. So we want to address the stress in our lives so that the cortisol doesn't rise. And at this time of year, our cortisol rises by about 50%, which is shocking when you think about it. So the adaptogens, not just in the Ionic Supreme, which is a daily tonic that you have every day. Some people have it up to 3 times a day, but also in our Cleanse for Life and a bunch of our other products. They're all in there to make sure that your body is calm. So when you're losing weight, it's not struggling and it's not stressed and it's not holding on to that fat.
Okay, guys, these are my results. I started the program 6 years ago. So I had a bit of inflammation. I was gluten-free, dairy-free, pretty much going to the gym and not getting the results that I was aiming for. I started with a premium pack, so the ultimate pack. And this photo with me with my hands to my face was after one of my first, I think, cleanse days. I just could not believe it just stripped that visceral fat and inflammation and revealed the lean muscle. And the photo on the end is in Mexico at the beginning of the year, and I'm 46 next month. So I love that this program is helping me age healthy, but also giving me the energy. I outrun my kids. I'm going to the gym, 3 to 4 times a week and running like 30 to 50 kilometers a week. I love that I'm fit, healthy, energetic, and just feeling amazing. So what I want to talk about today is our shake day. As a nutritionist, I love this program. Why? Because the number one thing I find when I'm coaching people is they're not eating enough protein. You need to consume 2 times your body weight if you want to, a great result. And even as we age, after the age of 40, we need to be hitting that 2 times. And so many people aren't. Even just in a boiled egg, there's like 7 grams of protein. People think they're getting enough protein by having a couple of boiled eggs. Well, they're not. If you're 60 kilos, you should be having 120 grams a day. Now, what I love is by having the shake, it's giving you 24 grams of protein and you got 240 calories. You don't have to think about what am I going to eat, but it's also full of, 24 nutrients, vitamins, non-synthetic vitamins as well, which is unbelievable. Grade 7 New Zealand grass-fed whey. So you're getting the most top quality with amino acids that really help with gut absorption as well. So the way that we run the day is you have your Ionics first to help calm the day. I shake. a mid-morning snack. And I really love for people to really focus on protein, or, some fiber, things like that. The lunch, have a shake, but you can also swap your dinner to your lunch. An afternoon protein focused snack as well. So we're thinking, you can have tins of tuna, beautiful Greek protein yogurt, and add your protein powder in there. There are so many things that we can help and guide you with to help you make it really easy to nail those macros. And also dinner as well. So we were really wanting to have a really great meal. So on this program, you're not just having shakes. These are some examples of meals that I provide examples to clients. We've got, overnight oats, chia puddings, the protein bar. You can break it up and add in some berries and Greek yogurt. All these amazing meals. So you're never ever going to be hungry. I guarantee that. Okay, now Heather, you're on to cleanse day.
So I'm the cleanse day queen because I love my cleanse days. It would be now well over 10 years that I've done, together with my husband Neil, a cleanse day every week. So put a 1 in the chat if you're scared of the idea of having a cleanse day and maybe eating less than you normally do. People, just get nervous about the whole idea of cleansing. But the bottom line is, it's in our world, it's actually called supported fasting. So we support you through that cleanse day. So you don't get stressed, your body doesn't get stressed. So you start with your beautiful cleanse for life, which is delicious. It comes in 2 flavors, a berry and a peach, a peach mango, which I love. I'm actually going to do a cleanse day tomorrow. Then you have your ionics, you have your accelerator, same as you would have on your shake day. And you can have extra products as well, as in our vitamins and things, if you want those. But the next thing is that you must make sure that you have your snacks. So we have these little round Scooby snacks, and they keep your blood sugar level really level. They stop you feeling hungry. They stop the grumblies. And you can either have 1 every hour, or you can have 2 and spread them out more. You can do whatever, but around between 6 to 8 in the day is just perfect. Then you have another cleanse for life at lunchtime, and you're going to again have 1 of those snacks or 2 of those snacks. And then in the mid-afternoon and then in the evening, you're going to have your cleanse for life as well. You can vary your cleanse for life. You can have it with ice. You can have it as a tea. You can have it whatever way you want. But it's very important that you spread out those 4 cleanse drinks throughout the day. And for ease, if you want to, you can just pop it all in 1 big bottle and just drink it 4 times during the day, whatever way works for you. But it's a brilliant product. It's an aloe vera based, has those adaptogen herbs in it, and it just makes your cleanse day so easy. So it's actually a low food day. It's not eating anything. 2 things happen. You're going to increase your human growth hormone, and at a certain point, depending on your metabolism, you're going to go into autophagy, which my terms of that is that it's your body cells cleaning themselves out, getting rid of the bad and growing the new. So it's just brilliant. And your energy the next day, you will be so surprised if you haven't done it. Put a 2 in the chat if you get high energy towards the end of a cleanse day or the next day. So I know some of my regular cleansers will be putting 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, because that's what happens as you get your cleansing really getting happening. So yeah, look at all those 2s happening in there. Okay.
And now, Heather, I think we're going to give away,
We
if
are.
people say yes in the chat, should we give
Yes.
away a free box of collagen to someone?
Yeah, I think
Drop
Darren's
a
going
yes
to
in the
organize.
chat if you want your name in the draw. Darren's going to do it now for us.
He had
Our little
1 job,
helper.
so let's hope he's done it properly.
I've got
So
50
this-
names. There's more than 50 names in here.
Okay, just draw
Oh
one.
Just
my
one?
God.
Okay, 11111. First name is
Natalie.
Natalie Calvo.
Natalie
Natalie.
Calvo. Well done,
Natalie.
Natalie.
So
I
we'll
know
just
she's
quickly talk about the collagen before we go on, because we're going to be maybe giving away some more. These results are unbelievable, and many of these people are people within our team, like they even on the Zoom tonight. And I love that this collagen has 90% absorption compared to powder. And it has zinc and biotin, so it helps with the collagen synthesis. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately. What's the difference between ours and others on the market? Because it is the trend word. I'm telling you guys, this is the highest retention product that we have. We get the best results and people just love it and will not stop using it because they know it works. So stay tuned to the end because we may be giving out some more collagen. So let's see what's happening next. Oh, my turn again. Kelly Prater, are you there? Can you unmute?
Hey, Val. Yeah, I'm here.
Excellent. Kelly, oh my God, you have had a massive breakthrough this year. I've known you for 6 to 7 years, but this year, both mentally, physically, I still remember the weekend that you decided to go all in. Can you tell me what was currently happening with your health at the time and what made you decide to go, that's it?
So yeah, I definitely have hit the 40s and noticed a huge change. I'd lost weight in the past and it was fine. But hitting the 40s was definitely a different story. I'd heard about it, but now living it was different. So my life was very, very high stress. I was so worn out, fatigued. I'd gone back to full-time work, got 3 boys that I also look after. And I was a big drinker, a daily drinker. So my life consisted of self-sabotaging habits, and it was something that I knew that I had been struggling with for many, many, many years. And I know Bella had been helping with that as well. And, I got to the point where I was doing all this work. I was exercising, cleansing, doing all this, investing in myself, and then totally sabotaging everything and thinking, why am I doing that? So I remember that weekend I got to the point and you were like, how many calories am I drinking? And you told me, and I'm like, wow.
So Kelly, I remember you said, I always ask my clients the weekly weigh-in, tell me how much you've lost. And I think it was only a kilo, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, for your weight and your size, dropping 1 kilo a week is really not that good, right? Sorry.
No.
And I'm like, tell me what you drank on the weekend. And I added it up on a calculator and sent it to Kelly. And the calories in that had undone her work for the whole week. Now, you may not be, I'm just going to talk to the Zoom, to people on our Zoom tonight. You may not be drinking alcohol. It could be food. And we've even spoken to someone in our network who was doing the same with a bag of chips every night. And I told her, got the calculator out, told her how many calories are in there, and it was like 800 calories in a bag of chips. So she was undoing her work. What for nothing. You're not going to lose weight. So I'm glad we had that breakthrough because everything has changed from that moment. It was after Mother's Day. You went all in. You've been sober for 7 months, 8 months, right? I'm so that period. And it's given you so much clarity. But you won the ISA body. You won $8,000 Australian for showing up and making that decision and having the weight loss. So can you tell me, how that what have you done with the money? How has that been? And what does your life look now?
It's still so surreal, and I still get so overly emotionally excited about it because, it wasn't even until the end of that challenge that I actually started to really dig in. And so I'd lost 5 kilos in that, towards the end of that. But it was when I had decided that that was enough with the alcohol. I had stopped, I was sick of feeling guilty that I kept letting myself down, the vicious cycle. So once that happened, the productivity just went through the roof. Like the amount of time I gained back from not sitting and drinking, because the energy just increased so much more. So since then, it's been 12 kilos. Has been gone. But also what I'm proud of recently, like it's been quite challenging times, but it's now that ingrained better behaviors or lifestyle, that I'm maintaining that. So even though I'm not losing it at the moment because my stress levels are so super crazy, I'm not putting it on. And that's what I would have been doing. I would have been stacking it back on again. And this is just this system, because I do use it consistently, helps me maintain that. And the stress is more manageable now. So even though it's quite high, I feel so much more calmer and balanced throughout it all. So the cravings aren't there. It just resets your entire body so it can work better. It's just incredible.
You've really set a new standard, and that's what it is. You've stepped into that new set of standards and expectations for yourself, which I love. So heading into 2026, what does this look like for you? What's your goals now?
So I've still got about 10 kilos I'll probably want to aim for. We'll see how that goes along the way. But I want to aim more on my running consistency, absolutely. But that body fat percentage, that visceral fat that we talked about around the organs, because I want to live vitality. Like, I just want to have a great future with my voice. So to be able to lose that body fat and show the muscles that I have under there that I've worked so hard. So I have been
remove the doona cover, as Lockie would say. Yes,
exactly.
amazing.
Go. It's time.
I can't wait to see, like, in a year's time, what your transformation will be. And I love that it was just one decision and you've just drawn a line in the sand, and it's just been transformational. So we're really proud of you, Kelly. Thanks for sharing tonight. So many people I know that I speak to say, I'm going to wait till the 1st of January. They think that they have, all these commitments and they can't commit to our program. But I've worked it out. So it's actually 37 days to the 1st of January. So say if you have 3 Christmas parties, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, you will definitely still be able to do this program. You could still have 6 fun days, socializing, doing whatever you want, but it won't derail 31 aligned days. Can you imagine the result you could get if you did 31 80% consistency days? Because that's all we're really looking from, if you have 80% balance, you're going to walk into January feeling less bloated, more energy, not the 3 kilo weight gain, and just feeling so proud of yourself as well. So I just really wanted to put that out there, because even over this period, you can still have that balance without, going completely strict. And Heather, you want to talk about the amazing sales we have at the moment?
Wow, it is so exciting. So this is just making all the difference for people to be able to grab these packs. So whatever it is, and I think the thing, we've put some samples up here of different packs. You've got your collagen pack with your hyaluronic acid, with your hydrate. You've got ultimate with both, or you've got a 30-day reset. Or if you want to jump in and do a 14-day reset, we're working with people on those as well. So it's really a matter of matching your goal with your budget and getting you either the 10 or the 20% off. So, and free delivery for every single new customer. Doesn't matter what you order, a new customer gets free delivery. So this is so cool. And I'm having so much fun helping people get these kind of discounts. So now we have 2 more giveaways tonight, and this one is really exciting because Belinda's actually had to try this product. She got it, and so did our girls who went to America recently. They got to try it. It is amazing. It is our clear protein, which is coming into our range next year. But right now, Darren, we're going to draw a winner out who's going to get this clear protein. Woo hoo hoo! Where is it?
What have we got?
Deborah Purdy.
Oh, Deborah Purdy.
Deborah Purdy.
Congratulations. Oh my God, you're going to be the envy of all Isogenics Australia and New Zealand for trying this.
Wow. So jealous.
Congratulations. Well done, Deborah Purdy. Okay, so we have one more way that you can win a box of collagen. So that is that if this has got you thinking tonight, and it might be that you're thinking, yeah, I can fit a 30-day reset in now, the way Belinda explained. It might be you want to do a 15, or I even have a sneaky thing coming up, which is, you can use your 14-day reset, but just do 9 days before Christmas. You will feel so much better next year. So you have been invited on here tonight by someone, and if what they will get your details, because we're going to send you out that great sample pack. So you'll be getting that. Here it is again. So every single guest who's not already got an account with Isagenix, they're going to get one of these. So how cool is that? You've got 3 elixirs, you've got protein bars, my favorite e-shots, and the hydrate with hyaluronic acid. So please make sure that you do that. But everybody who orders as a result of tonight will go in the draw for a box of collagen. And we're going to draw that live on our Body, Mind and Confidence group. So if you're not already in that group, get added. And we're going to draw that live tomorrow at after 4 o'clock. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. And we're going to just open this up now for questions. If anybody does have any questions, I'm going to change the view to gallery view. And I am going to pause.